guys, today we are going to be learning about how to terminate a network cable. We are going to be using some simple steps to do that. Okay, and the tools you are going to be using is one, a network cable, two, a crimping tool, then you are also going to be using an RJ45 connector. Then after you are done, you are going to be testing it using a tester. So now, the simple steps you are going to be doing is first is to cut off the network cable insulator, cut off this plastic insulator of it. Then the next step is going to be arranging it using the color code to arrange the cable. Then the next step is also going to be cutting off, there's a plastic insulator inside. The next step is going to be cutting it off. Then the next step is also going to be fixing it in the RJ45 connector, then terminating. So that will be the simple steps you are going to be using to terminate the network cable. So as I said earlier, the first step is going to be cutting off the plastic insulator on the cable. So you do it this way, and make sure you do it in a way so you don't touch the copper wire in them, else you are going to destroy everything. Okay, so when you are done with that one, you take it off. Okay, you take it off. So that this is the first step. Now you are moving on to the next step. Now, after you have removed all the plastic insulator, the next step is going to be cutting off the slime. Okay? So you are going to separate the copper wires from the slime and make sure you separate everyone. You separate the twisted pair cables there. Separate everything. After the separation, you are going to cut off the spline of. That will be this metallic insulator of here. That's the spline. So let's cut it. And when you are cutting, make sure you don't cut the copper wire. So be very careful with this thing. Okay. So you are done cutting them. And the next step, we are going to be arranging them using the color code. Using the color code. Okay. So that will be the next thing you are going to do. So now the next step is going to be arranging this using the color code. And what you are going to do is that you're going to arrange it from the left to the right. And you're going to do it using the white, orange. This is the orange. And the white, green, blue. So this is the white, green, blue. Make sure you arrange them perfectly as I'm saying. The next one is going to be the white blue. So that will be the next thing. White blue. This one. The next one is going to be the green. The next one is going to be the white brown. The white with the brown stripes. And the last one is going to be the brown. So let's make sure we have that. So we have so let's try straightening them and check. We have our white, green, blue. Then our white, blue, green, following them. Our orange, our white, brown. So let's make sure you have all of them close together. Then the next step, you are going to, once you are done arranging it, all you have to do is to cut them and make sure they are perfectly straight. Okay, make sure you have it perfectly straight and aligned. Okay, I think it's not very straight. You have to get it very straight and aligned. Okay, I think it's much better. You have it. Oh, I think it messed up. Let's cut it. Let's make sure you get it very straight. Okay, this is better. So that will be the next step. Then the next step, you are going to fix it into our RJ45. That will fix in the RJ45, and make sure you put it from down just as I'm putting it inside. Okay, put it inside. The next thing is going to be after you have fixed it inside, we are going to put in our crimping tool to terminate the end. So that will be the last step. Okay. So I think Okay, so now we are done terminating. Let's still confirm to see if that's what you do. As you can see, you have the white, orange, the white, green, blue, the white, blue, green, the white, brown. I think everything is going to work here. So we are going to move on to the next part. So the next part, you are going to terminate this side of the cable. So the same thing, you cut off, you go through the same process. Cut off this part. Be very gentle with it. Make sure you don't cut the cable. So after you are done cutting it, you then move this part off. Okay, sometimes it's very hard to move back this. Move it off. The next thing is to, after you fill up the insulator, then cut this off. Okay. So when you are cutting it off, be very careful so you don't cut the cable. Very important. Cut the cable, it spoils everything. It's not going to work. Okay. So now good. Now the next thing is going to be arranging them. But first of all, make sure you trace all these pairs over here. So we're going to be arranging it using the color code combination we talked about earlier. So we have the orange, white, orange, this orange, and we have the white, green. Of the insulator, let's cut this off. Okay. So when you are cutting it off, be very careful so you don't cut the cable. Very important. Cut the cable, it spoils everything. It's not going to work. Okay. So good. Now the next thing we're going to be arranging them. First of all, make sure you trace all these pairs over here. So we're going to be arranging it using the color code combination we talked about earlier. So we have the orange, white, orange, this orange, and we have the white, green, blue. Let's have the blue here. Make sure you arrange this from the left to the right. Next thing is to have our white, blue, then followed by a green. And the next thing is going to be a white, brown, followed by a brown. This is basically the color code combination. Next time when you are done, try to cut this thing off. So let's just take this one to off because it's not needed. Everything that's not needed is off. So let's make sure you have our arrangements there intact. We have our white, orange, our white, green, blue, our white, green. We have our white, green, blue. Then the next one is supposed to be our white, blue, green. White, blue, green. The next one is supposed to be our white, brown. When you are doing this thing, you have to make sure that they are all close together because you are going to be fixing them in the RJ45. And after that, you cut it and make sure you have a straight edge. Okay, that's clean, very straight. We have a straight edge. So when you are done cutting, you now fixing our RJ45 from the down. Fix it inside. Make sure you fix it inside very hard. Okay. Fix it inside very hard. So make sure everything is working. Push it inside and you terminate it. So now the next thing you are going to do is to test it. Okay, let's test our cable to see if they are working. Let's check if we did the right thing. We put it in our texter. Okay, so we are putting it here to test it. Okay. When I seen those two, we now on to see it's working. See the line means all the cables are working. Okay, this indicates that all is working and there's no jamming in our network cable, so everything is done and we do the right thing. Thank you.